How's it going, guys? Decided to do another video here. This format will be a little bit different. We'll see if I continue with this style. It's going to be just a Q&A. So I posted on my Instagram earlier today about what questions you guys have for me, and I wrote them down on this piece of paper, at least the appropriate ones that I can answer here on YouTube, and I'm going to be responding to your questions. All right, so as you guys know, I'm Mateo. You might know me from some of my other platforms, whether it be TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat. The list goes on. If you know, you know. But first question, and this is probably one that I get asked most frequently, and it is, what do I train for chest? What workouts do I do for chest? And I'll back up a little bit and talk about what my normal training routine looks like, or a typical training routine looks like. I like to do a split routine. So what that means is I train each muscle individually each day. So for example, chest. It's probably it is the muscle that I get the most questions about. It's actually the muscle that I focus least on because it's always been one of my genetic strong points. So I'm always been trying to build up my legs, my back, my arms to at least look proportionate with my overly massive chest. But so let's, hypothetically speaking, like day 1, chest day, day 2, back day, day 3, shoulders, day 4, arms, day 5, legs, throw in abs in there, and then I'll simply repeat, so I'm touching each muscle a different day of the week. Okay, so today actually was back day. So I do about like 4 to 5 exercises per muscle group. So let's see if I can recall what I did exactly. I started off with some pull-ups, did some cable lat pull downs, some cable rows. Then I moved to some dumbbell rows. I love dumbbell rows, probably one of my staple movements. I also do some type of like hammer strength machine row. Anything that involves pulling toward you is going to work your back. There's 2 types of pulling. You got horizontal pulling, and you also got vertical pulling. So incorporate a 2 to 3 vertical pulling movements in your routine, and probably 2 to 3 horizontal pulling, where you're pulling toward your body. Anyways, I guess you guys asked for chest. So chest, I keep it super simple. I like to do bench press. Classic barbell bench press. I focus on about 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps, as heavy as I can go for that 10 to 12 reps. So by that 12th rep, I'm probably like basically failing, where I'll need a spot for maybe that last 1 or 2 reps. But that's what my main exercise for chest. And I'll supplement some cable flies, dumbbell flies. One of my favorite movements for chest actually is to bring the incline bench into in between 2 cables, so I can kind of incline back on the cable on the bench, and then I'll grab a cable from the side, cable from the side, and then I'll do incline cable flies, which I love, which really I feel has helped develop a lot of this upper girth I have, because I used to be very dominant lower chest, and I've been recently building up the upper pecs. So yeah, that's in a nutshell basically how I'll train. I'll throw in cardio. If I'm trying to go for a leaner look, I'll just up my cardio. I hate cardio, but for me it's needed because I put on weight so easily. Not good weight, mostly fat mass. So I'm constantly having to watch what I eat. That's probably more important than cardio, honestly, is controlling your at least me, controlling my portions. I hope that answers that question, guys. So this is going to be super just unorganized, random. I'm probably not going to edit this. I'm just going to plop it up there because I don't like editing that much. So sorry for my rant. Sorry for my mumbling. Sorry for my stutters. I'm known to be perfectionist, where I have to like say everything just perfectly, but I'm just trying not to care as much anymore. This is me. This is raw footage just for you guys. Okay, next question I have here is coming out. What was my coming out experience like? Honestly, I don't think it's that exciting. It's probably one of the most boring coming out stories in the world, honestly. Like, everyone has this extravagant coming out story where, I don't know. But for me, this is how it went down. First off, I grew up in a religious household. I grew up Mormon, going to church with my mother, the Mormon church. I even went to a Mormon university, Brigham Young University in Provo, Utah, for those who might be familiar with people from the LDS faith. Uh, Graduated from BYU. I even did a 2-year mission in there as well. Started my mission in Texas. A great experience, honestly. I wouldn't trade those 2 years for anything, really. I mean, a great opportunity of growth for me, a learning experience. So honestly, because I grew up in a religious household, because I grew up Mormon, like most religions within the Christianity umbrella, same-sex marriage or homosexuality is a sin. So I was definitely a devout Mormon. I did everything by the book, followed all the rules, such as I didn't drink coffee, didn't drink alcohol, didn't do drugs, any of those things. Went to church, read my scriptures, said my prayers, went to all extra church activities, fulfilled my assignments within the church, everything. And I did that all the way up until probably around like 24 years old. And I think I always knew I had an attraction toward men ever since I was honestly a kid. I feel, even when I was 8 years old, I remember, going shopping at JCPenney's in the men's underwear aisle. You'd see the men models modeling like the Fruity Loom underwear, and my eyes would be immediately drawn to like the guys and like their muscles and their abs and their, beautiful masculinity, and I was drawn toward that. And I never experienced that with women in any shape or form. It was always to men. And when you're a kid, when you're 8, 9, 10 years old, I don't think much of it. It's like, okay, like whatever. But I've noticed anytime I'd see like, a man in a underwear, in a swimsuit, like I noticed that I had that attraction. That attraction was strong. Like it wasn't just an admiration. It was definitely a strong attraction. And I realized in middle school that those feelings weren't normal by any means, that I shouldn't be feeling those toward men, but rather women. Because by middle school, when the boys are talking about, girls being so hot and beautiful, and I never experienced those feelings, I knew that something was different about me. That's when I realized something was off, was when maybe around like 7th grade. And I did all in my power to like not to dwell on those thoughts or those attractions toward men. So when I'd see a cute guy on TV or in a magazine, walking by in a store, like I would just immediately try to like be like, okay, like get that out of my head. Like that's a sinful thought. And basically I did that all through high school. Obviously I'd had moments where I would have attraction toward men, but I did my best to convince myself that it was something that I could overcome, that it was a phase. I think, that, this is just a phase. I'm sure all guys experience this. I'm not gay. Like I'm, going to graduate high school. I'm going to go to BYU. I'm going to serve a faithful mission for my church. And if I do all those things correctly, God will essentially fix me, that he'll take away these feelings of attraction toward men, just redirected to women, hopefully. And I'll find that right woman that I am so attracted to, that I want to have a family with, and things will be good. But that never happened. That time never came. I graduated high school, still very much attracted to men. Went to BYU, found myself being attracted to men my freshman year in college. Served a 2-year mission, left when I was 19. So when I was 19, came back when I was just turning 22. And even during the mission, like I was, knocking doors, sharing my church's teachings, or the church I used to belong to, which I'm no longer affiliate with. But like I just felt like God would make this right, and he didn't. And I started to get very bitter, because it's like, why the hell am I busting my back trying to do everything that I was taught, everything that God would want me to do, but God's not taking this burden away from me? Why did he make me not be attracted toward women. Like I wanted that so bad. If there was a pill that I could take to make the gay go away and me be attracted to a woman like all the normal guys, then my life would be so much easier, and then I could have a family, and I could be a good contributor to the church. So I came back from my mission, sophomore year at BYU, 22 years old. I just realized, you know what, I'm gay. Like, I finally admitted it to myself. I think around 22 years old, I admitted it to myself that I'm gay. And I feel like that is actually so late now, looking at a lot of the high schoolers and the adolescents who are coming out so early, but it took me all the way till 22 before I admitted it to myself that I was gay. I didn't admit it to anybody else, just myself. At 22, I was gay. I was a sophomore at Brigham Young University, the world-renowned Mormon school. And I kept going to church. I kept doing what was right, because since I was at BYU, you sign an honor code to go to Brigham Young University. You have to abide by the rules or you'll get expelled. And such rules are basically like, I couldn't have a beard at BYU for one. Can't drink coffee, can't drink alcohol, can't do drugs, can't have sexual interactions before marriage, right? You have to be married first before you engage in those activities. And you definitely can't be gay. So it's like, well, I'm not about to be expelled here, so I can't be telling people I'm gay, because I don't want to, get kicked out of this university that I really actually like. I loved going to BYU. So I met, I basically, when I was about 23, 23, sophomore year, I found this group on Facebook. It was a group formed at BYU. Students from BYU formed this kind of almost like under the radar group that BYU wasn't aware of, and we actually met in one of their classrooms, like after class hours. Eventually had to get relocated to a library because BYU didn't want us meeting on the school grounds. But it was a group called Understanding Same Gender Attraction, USGA. And I sent a message to one of the leaders of the group, and I said, hey, this is so awesome, there's a group like this. Like, I've been trying to figure things out with myself and my sexuality. Like, would love to join in on one of your weekly meetings. Like, is it safe to go to? Because mind you, I'm very paranoid. Like, I don't want to be outed. I'm very much in the closet at this point, very much in the closet. I don't want to be outed to like potential people, like administration or teachers or other students at BYU. And the leader informed me that, oh, no worries, you can come and join. Like, no one's going to out you. It's going to be good. So I went, and it was great. It was the first time that I could actually be around other like Mormons who were gay, who were trying to figure out how to go about their lives, which direction to take. Anyways, I gained a lot of confidence in that group, and I continued to, take part in school activities. I finally, I made my best friend at BYU. I didn't meet him in the group. He was just in a multicultural dance group that I participated in. And I ended up coming out to him. He was like the first person I came out to that was close in my life, was my best friend. I wasn't sure how he was going to take it. And he took it really well. When I told my best friend, I thought that he would treat me differently, but I was couldn't be further from the truth. He was my biggest support, honestly, and to this day, he's my best friend. He's still very much active in the Mormon church today. Lives here in Las Vegas, so it's nice to have him. He's basically like a brother to me now. But we're still best friends, and he supported all my decisions and that I've made in my life and hasn't judged me at all. So anyways, he was the first person I came out to, and I graduated from BYU eventually when I was like 26. It took me a while. It took me a bit to get through all the curriculum. But I graduated when I was 26 with a bachelor's degree, and I got my own apartment and met my first boyfriend shortly after that. I met him at the gym, obviously, so definitely connected immediately. However, I wasn't out to my family. I was just out to my best friend at BYU, who I went to BYU with, and just a couple maybe close friends. I came out to my sister eventually, shortly after I met my boyfriend, and she was like supportive as well. But I was really nervous about telling my parents. I don't think it was. I wanted to wait for a better time, so I didn't end up telling my parents. Honestly, until probably 2 years into my relationship with my first boyfriend, and I'm grateful for my first boyfriend for being so patient and loving me and being such a big support for me, even though he had to kind of play like the whole roommate card for the first part of our relationship. And I thank him so much for not pushing me to come out to my parents immediately. Eventually I did. About after like 2 or 3 years into our relationship, I came out to my parents, and it was a little awkward at first. I sat my mom down at Thanksgiving, and I told her, and my boyfriend wasn't there. He stayed in Utah. I went back to Nevada, where my family's from, and I sat down with my parents, and I let them know that, hey, like, so my boyfriend, like, and I said his name. He's to them like, he's actually not my roommate, as I've been telling you. He's my boyfriend, and my mom essentially told me that she still loves me, and then she turned around really quickly and be like, well, be careful because we don't want you to get AIDS. And I was like, Mom, I'm safe. Don't worry. She's from an older generation. I think she was like, during the AIDS pandemic was such a huge thing, so she just connected that with homosexuality. So I just educated her a little bit, and she was comforted. But yeah, they've been supported ever since. So that was my coming out story. Honestly, it wasn't anything like crazy. I wasn't kicked out because I was already like I was already in my later 20s by the time I came out. But I guess that leads into the next question, guys. Am I single? So yes, I am single. As of November 3rd, 2023, I am single. I'm not sure. I just feel like I definitely want my next relationship to last for the rest of my life. That's my goal, and that's my hope. Like, I don't date to break up, or just to, I'm going to date you for a couple years, but I know I'm going to get bored, so I'm going to move on. It's like, no, if I'm going to commit to somebody, I am going to fight for a relationship when it gets rocky. That's the kind of mentality that I want to have when I go into my next relationship. So I'm single, and breakups are so hard. I don't ever want to go through a breakup again. Like, oh my gosh, horrible. Just emotionally just wrecked, seriously. But yeah, at this time, I'm not actively looking for somebody. I'm just focusing on work and my own, I guess, career goals, while I navigate, when would be a good time for me and when I feel ready to be in a relationship. I just feel like there are a couple of things I need to take care of with myself, and I guess my career, before I can devote 100% of my time to a partner. Because once I'm in it for life. And that's kind of the mentality that it is the mentality that I'm going to have in a relationship. All right, next question is, what are your educational and career goals? All right, well, I know that I'm done going to college, that's for sure. Like, so I graduated with a degree in business management. I also minored in Spanish, and I worked as a personal trainer for the longest time. I think a good 10 years in college, then out of college as well. I enjoyed helping people achieve their fitness goals. I also prepped some guys for bodybuilding competitions too, and that was super fun. I've since moved over into content creation, and that's probably how, you guys watching have been, at least most of you have been following me for a while. If not, definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn the notification bell on. I would love to have you be a part of my social media friend circle, I guess you could say. But I think content creation honestly has given me a lot of flexibility with my life. I love it. I love being able to be my own boss, being able to plan creative content that you guys like to view and see. And I'm going to keep up with that for the foreseeable future. However, I am getting interested in real estate, and I just started kind of reading up on flipping properties. So that is something that I might segue into down the road for sure, or at least do it along with content creating. Honestly, I would love to be able to combine the two where I am making content of my real estate investments. I want to flip homes. So if I can bring you guys along on the journey of me flipping nasty, ugly homes into beautiful, warm living spaces, I think that'd be great. That'd make for a great YouTube video, I think. And I'd have fun doing it because I love making content. And I've always loved beautiful homes, property, and real estate. It's always fascinated me. So I think that's something that I'm pivoting into, or plan on pivoting into in the next couple years or so. Yeah, so let's see what next question we got here. Okay, what activities do you do to help relieve stress? All right, for me, obviously going to the gym is a big one. I love working out. I love lifting weights. That is honestly the biggest stress relief for me, is being able to go to the gym on the daily. A lot of people will ask me, like, how do you stay so motivated to go to the gym? For me, it's not a matter of like staying motivated to go. It's something that I do to like help me get rid of stress or pent up like frustration. You know, you just take it out on the weights, lift heavy things. that's been my outlet. Reading as well has helped. I love being able to just sit back and read a good book. Currently, a book I just finished is, I think, kind of the book of the summer or the fall was Red, White, and Royal Blue. Cute little gay rom-com. They made the Amazon version as well. I thought that was cute. So yeah, don't mind reading a cheesy book from time to time that relaxes me, as well as going in for like a nice kind of therapeutic massage. That's honestly, I love massages. They relax me, and they're good on the muscles too. They're good on my muscles. I feel a lot better in the gym when I am going in to get one regularly. All right, interests, hobbies. Let's see. Obviously, big gym rat here. Love working out, anything fitness related. Getting in the outdoors. When I was in Utah, I fell in love with the scenery and all the hiking trails available at my fingertips there. Now that I'm in Vegas, we still have a lot of things to do outdoors. Not as much as Utah, but I love getting out, hiking, walking my dog, playing with my dog. She's actually right here. Maya, come on. I'm not sure you can see her. Right here. As you can see, this is Maya. Maya, sit. Can you sit? Good girl. So she's always out with me on adventures in the mountains. Now that it's this past month, October, I went on a lot of nice hikes. October is the perfect time to be in Vegas, guys. Summers are killer, not about that 110-degree weather, but October, November, perfect time to come to Vegas if you're thinking to make a trip out here. You don't have to worry about that blazing oven furnace heat by any means. So hiking, outdoors, love movies, reading, discussed a little bit that earlier. Reading, I definitely want to do more traveling for sure. And I'm such a homebody. Like, I'll stay home with Maya when I'm not at the gym and not, hiking or, being in nature. I like to just be home, stream a good show on Netflix or Hulu, Disney Plus, and just cuddle with Maya. I'm not huge into nightlife at all. I've never been to like a club. I've been to like a bar once, and it just really wasn't my vibe at all. Like, I know the majority of people love it, and I couldn't get into going. Maybe I guess I'm just so introverted. I should need to work on that, I guess. But definitely a homebody here. Let's see. Let's do one more question, guys, because this video is getting kind of long, and then maybe I can split it up into another part later. Let's see. Ethnicity. Okay. So I am half Native American from the Shoshone-Paiute tribe. So my mom grew up on the Indian reservation, and I'm half Mexican on my dad's side. So my dad is from Mexico. So I just tell people I'm half Native American, half Mexican. So yeah, that's I guess my ethnic background. Let's see. I think that should do it, guys. This video is getting really long, and I tend to ramble a lot, and appreciate your patience, guys. I'm kind of new at talking to like a camera in this format. So I apologize in advance for the awkwardness, for the stuttering. I plan to make more videos like this, and I'd love to just vlog my life with Maya on our adventures here in beautiful Las Vegas. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, turn on the notification symbol, please comment as well. It helps the channel grow. And connect with me on my other social media platforms as well. I'll put my Instagram bio and my Instagram link in the description as well. Yeah, I guess I'll leave it there, guys. Until next time, bye.